Hello, everyone, and we're back again on Talk Football Live. We've been away for a few days, so there's been a break in the Premier League, and we've been watching the FA Cup, the Champions League games. The folks who are playing in the qualifiers are playing. Some of us are at home. The Arsenal and Liverpool fans are waiting. Some people are not even in it. They're just admiring from afar.
I wonder who
I wonder. How are you guys feeling? Hey, Shexter, welcome back.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for having me, man. Nice to be back.
nice,
Cool,
nice.
cool, cool. You guys treated us to a really nice derby today at Merseyside. Didn't quite go exactly how you wanted it, but I think for us neutrals and maybe for the Arsenal fans as well, that was a really good game to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, good game, but bad refereeing. But it's okay. We'll take
Oh,
it.
oh,
It's,
here we go.
as an Arsenal fan, is Michael Oliver, so I'll just leave it at that.
Uh,
I can't say I exactly disagree with you there, so
Thank you. Thank you.
we'll leave it there. All right. So for today, I mean, there are so many big games, and we're just going to focus on a couple, right? We'll just do predictions, but we'll spend more time talking about the games than we maybe normally would. The big games, because these teams are going for European places, title contenders, right? There's Brighton playing Chelsea. There's the Man City against Newcastle game. There is Spurs going up against Man U. Not quite going for anything at
I
those
don't
two,
think it's a
but
big game.
they're traditionally big teams, part of the Big Six, but they're actually in the bottom half of the table at the moment. So still an interesting matchup. And Liverpool does have two games this game week, so they'll be facing Aston Villa again before everyone else plays starting next week. So let's jump right into it. Let me bring up the fixture list here. And Charles, your team is up first, right? Facing off against Brighton.
Brighton. The
Let's.
Brighton team we just lost to in the FA Cup.
That's
So yeah,
right.
that would be very, very interesting. I mean, the team that played in the FA Cup is not really the first team. Kind of was, but not really fully the first team. But either way, excuse. Chelsea have recently have the pattern of scoring one goal and then relaxing and
Mm,
conceding goals. So I would say I hope that has been fixed because I've been hoping that would be fixed since December and we are in February. So I'm hopeful we can still take the win. So I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Chelsea. I don't predict where we're gonna have a so yeah, Brighton will score one goal, but I think we're gonna take our revenge on them and get a win in this one, just like they did. So 2-1 for Chelsea.
okay, 2-1 for Chelsea. Is Chelsea facing? I think I might have seen that you guys have some injuries.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
fill us in on what's going on with the team there?
yeah. We do have some injuries. I mean, funny thing is, Chelsea fans have complained about this player for so long. Now he's injured and we are worried because
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson. Yes, because we complain about the fact that he misses sitters, he doesn't put the ball behind the net when he needs to. But those who really watch him see the value he brings to the team. He's a he's a workaholic. He's the king presser for the team. Presses the opponents, as much as we should. And although he gets some chances and he ends up missing them, he scores when he can. And I'm not a fan of Nicholas Jackson, but at the moment, the other guys we have in the attack, they can't do what he does. The pressing
Mm.
he does, the push he gives the opponent, Nkunku can't do it. What's the other guy's name? The young guy, Gui. He can't do it. Although he and Gui are both injured right now. Jackson and Gui are both injured. So we literally don't have a choice but to play Nkunku up front.
Okay.
That alone will be a problem. If Nkunku gets chances, he will probably finish more than Jackson would. But getting those chances, we need to create that force where we press the opponent. And he's not able to do that the way Jackson does. So I'm not too hopeful, except Maresca brings up a miracle and just starts someone else up front, which we don't really know. I know I heard that Fofana is back, but he's
Oh,
injured.
really?
Yeah, from he's back from his loan spell, but he came back mainly because he's injured. I think he's there for the rest of the season or maybe the next 2 months or something like that. So
Okay.
if he even returns, he won't be in this game. So yeah, it's gonna be probably Nkunku up front, and we'll see what happens. But of course, we still have Palmer in the team. He tends to score in every game. So if he can get one goal and the likes of Noni, Sancho, or Neto can get another along with Nkunku, I'm predicting 2-1. I think we can. And also because, like I said, we just lost to them. So we don't want to lose to them back to back.
Back to back. Are there any injuries in defense? Rhys James, Tosin, Colwill, everybody fine? Cucurella?
Rhys James is still fine. I mean, we have the defense we've had for the past couple of weeks. Chaloba, Tosin, Cucurella, Rhys James, Gusto. What's the other guy's name? Badiashile, I think, is back in training. But the main guy who is good in defense is Fofana. Fofana has been injured for a few weeks now, and he's not come back. He's not come back for this game.
Yeah, I think Fofana is out for the season, isn't he?
Yeah, for the season, exactly. So I think it's going to be Chaloba, Tosin. Levi Colwill there also. So it's going to be Chaloba, Tosin, or Chaloba, Colwill, or Tosin, Colwill. We'll see who plays.
Okay, one of the two of those three.
Yeah, 2 of the 3. Yeah, I suspect it's going to be Colwill and others because Colwill seems to be like teacher pet. So I think Colwill's going to start along with that Tosin or Chaloba, and we'll see where it goes from there. Rhys James is still fit, thank God, but they are really managing his minutes. He plays like 60 minutes now.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he's lasted this long. I hope he keeps lasting. Knock on wood. So if Rhys James plays, definitely brings the force to the team, both in defense and attack. And that would give confidence that 2-1 can definitely happen.
Okay, let's go into Leicester Arsenal. So, I mean, the big news coming out this weekend at the moment is that Kai Havertz seems to also be suffering a season-ending injury. For those who haven't heard, he apparently tore his hamstring in training while they went off to Dubai. So, we essentially don't have a striker at the moment. No Havertz, no Jesus. Saka is out till I think next March. He's back in training, which is a positive. So we might maybe. What's that?
You want to go for that one?
We have Trossard. Martinelli is also injured, so we're down to Trossard, Nwaneri, and Sterling as our only fit senior attackers. Well, Nwaneri is still a youngster, but all of a sudden he's one of the 3. So I think those are the 3 that we have. Luckily, the next fixture is against a Leicester team that is struggling terribly. And so that gives me a little bit of confidence going into this team to say, okay, we have some time maybe to recover some players, but I don't think we'll have anybody back by next weekend either because Martinelli apparently is also out for a month. So the earliest we might start to see might even come a bit too early to see Saka back playing 10 minutes, 22nd of February. It might be the week after that. So we are very short at the moment. A kid named Butler Oyedeji has been with the team. He got his debut, I believe it was against Girona. He played for the last few minutes, came on for Kai Havertz. So I have a feeling that someone they might, start to give a few more minutes to. I've heard talk about Merino possibly playing as a false 9 or as a striker. We'll see what Arteta springs on us. Yeah. But things are looking good, and we're 7 points behind Liverpool and trying to chase Liverpool down. But for this game, I think I'll predict a win. I'll say we have enough to take a 3-1 win against Leicester.
3-1. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you just beat City, 5-1 a few weeks ago. So yeah.
We had Havertz. Again, a lot of people don't appreciate Havertz. I am a Havertz fan. He's missed some terrible sitters, though. I mean, it's hard to defend some goals that he's missed because you're right there one-on-one in the box, so you're faced on an empty net, and he kind of skies it wide. It's hard to defend that, but he brings so much more value to the team. Like you were talking about Jackson, his pressing, his ability to win aerial balls, his ability to hold up balls, his ability to just bring others into play. I mean, there's so much more that he brings to the team, and when you're missing that, it's a lot of quality that we're missing for what he provides. So,
all right, do you want Nunes then?
Can Arsenal have the same problem?
I'll take Nunes. I would have taken Nunes. I would have obviously taken Nunes. Liverpool fans don't seem to appreciate him. I would take Nunes. He misses a lot, but I think Nunes has a lot to offer as well.
But you know what's funny though? Nunes, Jackson, Kai Havertz, same issues. They work hard. but they miss
Yeah.
Finishes.
a lot.
Sitters. Yeah.
So I think I'll take that back. I probably will not take Nunes because if I take Nunes, he's probably going to give the same problem Jackson gives. He's going to work hard, hold the ball, high press,
Well,
but to finish when he needs to finish. So I wouldn't take Nunes. I take that back.
I think the
so
difference though is Nunes at Arsenal he will get enough chances where he'll at least get goals. I don't think he'll
what
miss.
are you talking about? He doesn't get chances at Liverpool.
He doesn't start enough.
He doesn't start
He's
enough, and I think Liverpool
no,
has a
no, no,
different
no, no,
style of
no.
play.
Slot actually gave him the chance when he
Yeah,
joined the team.
at the start of the season.
Easy first 8 games of the season. He
Yeah,
played those games. He started
I
those
agree.
games. I mean, what more do you want to do? When it comes out, the team scores. When he's in the game, I mean, we're struggling to like get the goals in. So what do you expect?
That's fair. That's fair. Again, it's hard to defend him. Anyway, let's go on to Villa Ipswich.
Villa, Ipswich.
Yep. Thoughts on that,
Uh,
Shakespeare?
yeah. I think I'm trying to see the new guys at Villa. I was talking to a friend earlier. What's up with Rashford? I want to see Rashford in this game. I think he might be their joker since what's his name is injured right now.
What?
Watkins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watkins is an
So
injury out. Yeah.
yeah, so definitely, I think I'll give this game to Villa because the new boys want to show. Ipswich is not like you can't just kick them to the cup side, but I think it's what it is right now. I see Villa winning maybe 3-2. I'll give 3-2.
So
Okay.
unknown to people though, Villa's defense shambles. Most of them, not even most, all their main centre backs are out. They're literally playing a makeshift defense right now. So, and the likes of Delap, Ipswich up front can still do damage.
And
So,
Hmm.
that's why I gave. That's why I said they get two scored against them,
two
but they'll
goals.
win. Yeah,
3-2.
2 goals. Yeah, 3-2.
Fair,
Hmm.
fair.
Okay. Who's all injured for Villa?
The main guy, what's his name now?
Is Konsa out?
Konsa is out.
Pau Torres is out.
Paul Torres is out. Who's the main defender? Tyrone Mings. Tyrone Mings has been out.
Yeah.
But Mings
Mings
has
has
been
been
really showed
showing
up.
injuries.
He
Yeah.
hasn't been this season. He hasn't been there this season.
No,
He
yeah,
came
Yeah.
back. He
yeah.
came back and got injured. He
Yeah.
came back
Yeah.
and got
Mings has been
injured.
out.
Yeah,
Mings has been out for a while. I think it's been
yeah.
Konza and Pau Torres for a
Yeah,
while.
Konsa is a doubt. So I think I'm trying to
Hmm.
remember who there's a camera guy and somebody else that they made play in the last game, and I think that may be the people starting in this game against Ipswich.
Okay. Yeah. Kamara started against Spurs. Interesting. Okay. Up next, Charles, Fulham against Forest.
Whew, that's a tough one.
That'll be a good game.
He has a very
Good
good game.
game. Good game. Yeah.
But Forest on form, Fulham on form. They're both on form. I think
Yeah.
this will be won by the defense
Okay.
because the attacks are performing reasonably. So it's the defense that hold up the pressure.
Wait, can you repeat that? The attacker performing what?
Reasonably.
Reasonably? What are you talking about, Forest? Forest attack is on point.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's
No,
Charles'
it's
definition of
over.
reasonable.
It's not.
That's the English I'm trying to use.
Reasonably well is Charles's bar for
No,
performance.
no,
Exactly. They're
reasonable
performing
is
well.
not.
Let's put it there. They're
No,
both performing well.
they're better than reasonable.
Yeah, they're very reasonable. Fulham has been getting
Forest is doing well.
so I think it's gonna be a match that will be won different. And I would honestly, to be sincere, to make it easy for myself, I'm gonna give them a draw. It won't be a goalless draw, but it'll be.
I mean, if you go with the theory that the defense, it'll be a battle of the defenses, I think Forest's defense wins.
Yeah, because they're higher on the table.
Well, yeah, that aside, they've also considered very few goals, but their defense has been very solid this season. Okay, up next, City Newcastle. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, where do we start? Because we all just watched Man City yesterday, seemingly looking like they were going to win, and then, as we've seen all too often this season, they gave up some very late goals and lost 3-2 to Madrid at home, right? And now they're coming up against a Newcastle team that is on form. They're coming up against probably the best striker in the league, if not the world at the moment, Alexander Isak.
Yep.
It's not looking good. Dare I say 3-1 win for Newcastle?
Wow.
Because the team that Newcastle, I mean, that played in the FA Cup is not the same team that's going to start this game, and it's not the same team that played Arsenal. We're going to see the team that played Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. That's the team that is going to City. That's the team that I think is going to win at City again. And if we look at the table, there's a battle right there getting into that fourth spot, right? It's very close. It's just a 2 point gap. So whoever, or rather, they're level on points, sorry. Whoever wins that game.
Bro actually favors Chelsea. Trust me.
What
If,
we about
if you
Chelsea?
manage to if you manage to beat Brighton, it will favor you.
But even if we don't, a draw still favors us.
A
Because
draw, okay, a draw favors you, right?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't think a draw is likely in this game.
Yeah, I don't.
Somebody's going to win.
Funny thing though, it kind of depends on the City that shows up. Now I know City against Madrid. If the City against Madrid game was chaos at the end, all through the game, City kind of held their own, And I thought the game was going to end at 2-2 against Madrid. That was reasonably impressive. Yeah, miserable reasonably again. But the thing is, if City can hold their own against Newcastle the way they did against Madrid, both in attack,
Yeah.
things happen. I think a draw can happen. I'm hoping.
So let me ask you guys, what fell apart for City? Because what we saw was the person who I think is the closest thing they have to Rodri in the team, John Stones, started in midfield. And I think he did a great job because I think that's where City has been struggling. They don't have a shield for the back four.
Yeah.
And I think Stones did a good job of shielding that defense, of being in the right place at the right time to shield them. But he was still on the game. In fact, he was the one trying to catch up to Vinicius Junior's lob, although Bellingham's speed was too much for him. What fell apart for City in that game? Like, I'm trying to get an insight into what we think might happen against Newcastle.
I think City just forget that they have to defend sometimes. They forget that they don't have the personnel that they used to have back then, where they have the ball all the time. They're not used to playing without the ball. Now teams are picking them. Look at Vinicius like running at that defense all through the game. So now they don't have the possession like they used to. So it's a new how would I put it? It's a new game for them pretty much. So they're not used to where they are, where they don't get the ball most of the time, and then the injury is killing them too, So, but I still see Newcastle winning, and I'm happy about that. So, yeah.
I actually think the whole City thing. I think they also carried away in that game against Real Madrid because I don't think they went in there thinking but they led twice.
But they were at home. What are you talking about? They were at home. Why would they go into the game thinking they couldn't win the game? They were at home. They were leading. They led twice.
That's my point. They know their form. I know their form. We all know our form. So I don't think they went in there thinking they were going to play the way they did, which I think they played reasonably well, leading twice. But eventually, I think they just got carried away. That Vinicius, that Bellingham's goal just... It came, I would say it came from nowhere and just took the breath out of them. So, that always happen again and again. So it can happen against Newcastle, it can happen against anybody. So it depends on the City that turns up. I want the draw. I think it's going to be hard to get one, but we'll see.
I'm just ready to see what Isak has to do this time around because that guy, he scares me. He's not a striker that wants to take on defenders. No. He sees that chance to take the shot, he's taking the shot. He doesn't. He's not like he's not a fancy striker. The
Checks,
next,
I feel like you're remembering his goal against
Van
Liverpool with
Dijk.
Van
Yeah,
Dijk.
against Van Dijk. My goodness. As soon as they control that ball, I'm like, oh, Van Dijk is there. Boom. He
But
didn't even like take an extra shot. Nah, I'm no extra touch. Shot to
check
go
out,
right
would
right
you
in.
want him? Would you swap him for Nunes?
Oh, twice every day, twice on Sunday. What?
All
Oh
right.
God.
So Newcastle win, it looks like. All right, let's go on to Southampton Bournemouth. Is there even any point talking about this one, check, sir?
Oh, Bournemouth. I know they had a hiccup against Liverpool, but they're also a team that you can't really, you can't put to the wayside. And Southampton, I mean, they're not really doing anything anyways. So I still, Bournemouth, I see a 2-0 win.
Okay. 2-0 win. All right. If I'm not mistaken, I think Southampton did win their last game. That's right. They beat Ipswich 2-1.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But it took everything in them to win that game, though.
yeah. Yeah. But nothing for them in this one, huh? Okay.
Nah, not the way Bournemouth is playing. I mean, Bournemouth played Liverpool. I was scared until those two goals went in. And
Yeah.
prior to that Liverpool game, they had won like 5 games easy,
Yeah, I
and they
think
were
they won
not.
like 7 games in a row
Yeah.
before that game.
So, and I think wasn't City one of the teams that they beat, or I could be
Yep.
wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
So,
correct. Yeah.
yeah. So they're not playing at all. They're not playing at all. And hopefully we'll see Matai this time around. Matai, I keep wanting to like.
I know, man.
We'll see. He's been on the bench for every game, though.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
been on the bench for every game.
it's just hard to displace Harrison and Zabani.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The defensive line is doing great. So
Yeah,
why tweak it if he ain't,
if it ain't
Broken.
broken.
if he ain't
Yeah,
faulty? Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to Matai. All right, on to West Ham Brentford. Charles.
I don't know if I want to predict this one.
What?
This
Is it
thing,
too hard?
there's
You
just
seem to
something.
get the tricky games.
Yeah, there's something that you're not really sure to even come out of them, But easily, I'll just play it safe and give it to Brentford. I know
Okay. I agree with
it
You're
that.
not
can go
gonna
either way.
find Graham Potter.
Well, Graham Potter is still football, and I think in this time, but don't be for Graham Potter. This is never about for Graham Potter. I also think Brentford right now they have their hiccups here and there, but I think they are more on form overall compared to West Ham. And with the likes of
Right.
Ngoma and Wisa fit and firing, I think these guys they are almost unstoppable on a good day. On a good day. So, like I said,
Okay.
go it that way, but I'll give it to Brentford win. Just because of how Brentford have done better overall than West Ham. Can I table and see where Brentford is?
Yeah. Let's take a look at them.
So Brentford are 11, and where's West Ham? 16.
Down here.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess that is it. And Brentford, yeah, lost one, drew, lost, yeah. West Ham, similar. But yeah, I'll still give it to Brentford. I think Brentford has more firepower up front, so I think that will make it. That will be the difference.
Okay. All right. Let me go on to the next one. That would be Crystal Palace against Everton. Uh, so, Crystal Palace against Everton. Well, we have David Moyes, going up against Liverpool today, earned a 2-2 draw. And let me see, I don't think I can pull that up real quick, but I actually saw some stats of how Moyes has been doing since he took over at Everton. I think he has 10 points in his, what's the record? Let me see if I can pull that up. Anyway, compared to, I think it was 1 point. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 1 point from when he took over. They were 1 point above the relegation zone to now they're 10 points ahead of the relegation game. I think it's +5 goal difference in his 10 games versus -1 in the 19 games Sean Dyche was in charge. So there's been a complete turnaround since David Moyes came back to Everton. Crystal Palace again have been on and off. The way he has Everton playing these days, I think they might actually win, or at the very worst, sneak a draw. I don't see them losing to Crystal Palace. I'm maybe even going to go with a 2-1 win. Beto is on form at the moment. I mean, the goal he took against Liverpool today, as well as some of the goals he scored recently, have been just top class. So that's what I'm saying there. All right.
You might want to give it extra.
Yeah, this is Shexter's. Your man.
I know this is gonna be a walk in the park, man. Just so that you guys know, yeah. No, John has only strike twice. No, John has only strike twice in one spot. I can tell you now, it's not gonna be a draw. It's not draws this time around, and it's gonna
Anfield today now.
What did you say?
Was the game at Anfield today?
No, it was.
No, it was at Goodison Park.
Yeah, it's the same sport. So I can strike in Anfield.
All right. Well, don't worry. We're going to do due diligence this weekend, and I think I see Liverpool coming out winning this game, and a clean sheet at that too. So I gave Liverpool 2-0. Yeah, Liverpool 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like I need to intensify my prayers. All right. Duly noted. Duly noted. All right. We'll give you the not big six bottom of the table clash, Charles.
No, you can give that to Charles. Give that to Charles.
For those who are unaware, this is where Spurs and Man United, members of the so-called Big Six, are at the moment.
So they both need to win this game to keep pushing up. Spurs and Man United, we can write a book about these two teams. We can write a book. The problem is Spurs are so unpredictable. I mean, actually, they are not as unpredictable. Most times you predict a loss for them or it's terrible display. But sometimes they tend to show up when they are facing a big team, if you know what I mean. And Man U is historically a big team. So I think Spurs will show up. Man U, on the other hand, they are also unpredictable. But sometimes they tend to show up when they show up. So it's about the battle of who shows up. These guys they're like the weather. They change left and right, here and there. So it's really unpredictable. And when when two teams like this are facing each other, I always predict a draw. But I'm going to go different this time, and I'm going to say Angie's going to get a win in this one. I don't know how it's going to happen, but we know his job is on the line. And I think that desperation may help propel the players to perform. It's going to be a very, very game. Honestly, if you ask me questions like where would the game be won, I honestly don't know. Spurs don't have defense. Man U, do they really have an attack? When Bruno is performing, they perform. Everybody else, Ahmad is on form. Ahmad carries the team. So it's basically Ahmad that's the main man now. But at the same time, Spurs don't have a defense, so that may favor Man U. But overall, I think the pressure on Angie on this draw may cause them, and I think they can get a result because, like I said, they're both unpredictable. Man U have a way of slipping up also when you need them to step up. So whoever takes advantage, we shall see. But I think I will give it to Spurs.
Yeah, I'd say I'm backing Spurs in this game too. Just I think because of the signings they've made has maybe eased the injury crisis a little bit. So for those who aren't aware, they brought in Disasi from Aston Villa. Sorry, from Chelsea. Oh yes. Wait, Disasi didn't go. Sorry, it was Danto. I meant to say Danto. They brought in Danto from.
No, they brought in Danto. On loan.
No, Disasi went to Villa.
Yeah, I'm talking about Villa. Okay. Sorry. Yeah,
I'm talking about Tottenham. Danto came in. They have Jet Spence. Actually, Gray's been doing okay back there. And it seemed like he actually played a bit more conservatively when they played against Liverpool. Some might say that backfired. But they brought in Matthias Tell, who I would have loved Matthias Tell to come to Arsenal instead. Matthias Tell's looking good. Yeah. So on the balance of it, I'd say I'd give this to Tottenham too. But we don't know which Man U shows up. So let's see. Promises to be a good game. All right. On to, I guess I'll let you have the last game of the season before we come back again of this game week.
Yeah.
Before we come back again, 1 second here. So Shexter.
Villa Liverpool. Oh,
Yep.
I think this is gonna be somewhat of a tough game considering we play like what every other 3 to 4 days these past 3 weeks,
Let me do like a
and
prediction. Somewhat of a tough game. Somewhat. I think it will be a really tough game, no?
it is gonna be a tough game,
Texas
but
begins to sound like me. Somewhat.
Somewhat.
but don't worry, we're still gonna beat Villa. Anyways, I give them props. Worst case scenario is gonna be a draw. Apart from that, I see Liverpool winning 3-1.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay. Are you
And I
sure?
feel like and I feel like that.
Okay.
You don't sound
Three
confident.
one.
Oh no, I said worst case. In a worst case scenario, we will have a draw, but all things okay, everybody good. 3-1.
Okay.
Okay. So I just need to see if I can get a seller to get a red card before this game. Okay. So all things will
Ooh,
be in court.
Please, leave Salah.
All right, cool. I think that brings us to the end of the game week. I'm looking forward to this round because I think this is the first real set of full fixtures we've had since the transfer window closed.
Yeah.
So we've seen some of those new players in the FA Cup. For Villa, Villa bought really well. I saw some of those players, come off the bench. Asensio, Rashford. Mullen's been getting some game time as well, but it'll be interesting to see how the team start to shape up after the transfer window. So promise to be an exciting second half of the season.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
no worries,
And,
anytime.
All right.
and until next time, again,
All right.
Yeah,
thanks, everyone.
Charles, I'll see you on
Cheers.
the other side.
All right. You will.